How do federal grants and aid work for states? Have you ever wondered how states receive funding from the federal government to support their programs? Federal grants and aid are the answer. These funds are transferred from the federal government to state governments to help with specific public services. But there are rules to follow. Federal legislation and regulations outline how these funds can be used and what procedures must be in place. For instance, some grants come with restrictions on what the money can be spent on. States might need to match a portion of the funds or maintain previous funding levels. They also have to follow rules that ensure fairness and public involvement. There are different types of grants and aid, each with its own level of flexibility. Categorical grants are the most specific, they requiring states to use the funds for very defined purposes, like building a senior center. On the other hand, block grants give states more freedom. These grants cover broader areas, such as health or community development. General-purpose grants offer the most flexibility, allowing states to use the funds without strict federal guidelines. The way funds are allocated can vary as well. Formula grants distribute money based on set formulas that consider factors like population or need. This method ensures that states can predict their funding. Project grants, however, are competitive. States submit proposals, and funds are awarded based on merit, often with limits set by federal rules. When federal grants are meant for local governments, states often act as middlemen. The federal government sends funds to the state, which then allocates the money to localities. This is common in areas like education, where states manage the distribution and use of these federal funds. From a state policy perspective, federal grants and aid can shape decision-making. States must align their regulations with federal standards to receive funding. This requirement influences how states design their programs, budget, and oversee spending. Practically speaking, these grants allow states to provide services and infrastructure that might be beyond their own revenue capabilities. They help maintain service standards, support local governments, and address important national issues like health care and transportation. However, states must balance federal requirements with local needs, often negotiating terms to fit their goals. In essence, federal grants and aid are conditional funds that requiring states to follow federal guidelines while providing essential resources for public programs. They play a significant role in connecting federal objectives with state administration and law.